Brothers and the occasional sister, Happy New Year for 2026. I haven't been making any videos for a while because I've had nothing to say. But today I have, and what I've got to say will strongly, hopefully, help you decide on what you're going to do for 2026 as far as your future goes, particularly if you're aged between 20 and 60. Most of us have been looking at AI and how it could be tracking alongside the work we do and possibly taking the work we do. So a while ago, I was in the studio here and I've been working on a song for a long time, and I got a message on my phone from my mate Troy, and he said, "I've made a song about you." And I thought, you're not a musician, but okay, I'll listen to it. And I got my phone and looked at it and tapped it. It was a thing in Suno. And holy shit. You think about it. Here I am, a 62-year-old bloke that spent his whole life honing his art as a harmonica player or as a guitarist. And then I've got a mate who can't play any instrument or sing, and he's created a song better than anything that I could do in this entire studio with all my guitars, all my skills as playing the harmonica and as a singer, not to mention what it cost to build the studio. And on his phone, he's done something better than I can produce. This is AI. So after I'd pulled myself away from sinking down low and thinking I'm fucked, I started to think about this, and I thought, well, this is not just me, this is everybody. This is the bloke that's the doctor, the bloke that's studying to be a lawyer, the guy that's doing coding, the guy that's doing analytics, the guy that's working in an office, the clerk, the accountant, the lawyer. Every single one of us is in the same boat as me. The things that we have spent so much time learning the art of how to do, now it can be done by AI. Now for the younger bloke in his 20s and 30s, he's going to grow up completely different because he's not going to know how to do what we've done. He's always going to rely on AI. So us older guys, we have a disadvantage, is that we don't know how to use AI and technology like the younger guys do. But our advantage is we know how to apply AI if we can learn it to what we have and then create something even better than what AI is doing. Because let's face it, AI, most of the videos and most of the songs are slop. Whilst the music that my mate had sent me and created blew me away, it also sounded very generic, and it just didn't sound like anything that I would go and buy. It all had the same thing. So I thought about this, and I also thought about all the other people that are going to be in a similar boat to me. What do we do? Well, we have to future-proof ourselves. So that means going into this year, you need to start to think about your position in the market of what it is you do. If you're someone who's a plumber, or you're someone that's a builder, then you're going to be less affected. But you can still use AI to make your life better. And if you're a builder or a plumber or an electrician that thinks, well, I don't need AI, the builder or electrician or plumber that uses artificial intelligence alongside his job is going to be more competitive you in the end. So that's why we all need to get on board with it. Now, I know it doesn't sound like a lot of fun, and I would be the last person that you'd think is embracing AI, but I am. And what I have learnt just in my industry is that normally I would pay a lot of money to get my music mastered. My previous album got mastered in York Street in Auckland after I'd done it, and it cost me $2,000, and a bloke sit and listen to each song, and he tweaked the compression and the EQ and farted around for 2 days, and I paid the $2,000, and I got my songs back mastered by a human being. He got his $2,000. I've now joined up to an AI service called fkcus AI, and I put the song and I choose what type of mastering I want, and within 2 or 3 minutes it gives it back to me. To belong to fkcus, I think it cost me $60 a month. So in that month I could do all the mastering for my album, and that's a lot cheaper than $2,000. And I also get to choose the different variations of ways it's mastered. It can be analog, it can be tape glue, it can be fresh and bouncy, or it can be bright. So I can decide that myself. For you, then you might be doing something completely different. Your job might be something like, you could be a graphic designer and you're using AI to change the format of something, or you could be a photographer. You're using AI to do the editing and the mastering of your picture. And I think this is what's really important for all of us bros, to embrace AI. The other thing that I've been using AI for is this here. I bought myself a Galaxy Classic 8 watch, and as someone who no longer uses doctors, I try not to, because they are only trained in giving out medication and doing procedures, but they don't deal with causation of disease. And I've been failed by doctors so many time and time again. I have in the last 6 years taken my health into my own hands, and this here is a fantastic little product which is AI generating all the markers that I need. It tells me my VO2 max. So I was doing a training run the other day, 47.5, which is pretty good for an old fart. And I thought, wow, how much would it cost me to learn that? It gives me my blood pressure, tells me my resting heart rate, gives me my AGESs, how much stuff has been glycated. It gives me how much rest I've had. It measures my sleep. It tracks my nutrition if I want it to. It gives me all my markers. And this is just a little AI tool that I'm using for day to day to manage my wellness and my health. And the first time I've used a watch like this. I can take it off, and I can even measure the biometrics of how many antioxidants I have been eating, like with my diet. So it's incredible, and it can measure all this. So just an example of things that we can do using AI. So for you guys that are in your 40s to 60s like me, I'm 62 in a couple of months, you will have trained and have a whole lot of skills that are going to be taken over by AI, and they'll do them. AI will do it better than you can do it. So if you're an analyst, or if you're someone if you're a guitarist, AI can play guitar better than you can most of the time, and it can be prompted by a 14-year-old sitting in his mum's basement in his undies. He can just go, play me the best wicked blues lick. So where does that leave you? Well, what it does leave you is, if it's a case of being a musician, you know what you want. You want 12-bar blues, you want to shuffle. You could do the prompt yourself, and if you're like me, you could prompt and go, that sounds okay, and then you can pick up the guitar and you can play it in real time, and you can play that track and play it actually real in a human sense, and then you can of course go live and play it. AI can't do things live. You can put yourself live. So I think the future for particularly YouTube this year, and that's just a field that I'm working in, live is going to be king. So if you're doing vlogs or you're doing videos live, nothing can beat live, because AI can generate. We don't even know what to believe anymore when we see stuff. You see somebody speaking and you go, well, is that really them or is it AI? Whereas if you're live, at this stage it can't be faked. It might be able to be faked down the track, but at this stage, picking up your phone, it's pretty real, isn't it? So, and a video like this is pretty real. But my thoughts are, if we're all going to survive financially, health-wise, by using things like this and relying on AI to give us the best information, it's a good tool, but we can use our own minds and our own human empathy and compassion alongside it to be better off. And rather than just sitting back, because a lot of people spend years going to university building their knowledge and also building a lot of debt with their student loans, just to find their job has been taken by a automated, highly intelligent machine, whether it's Perplexity, ChatGPT, Grok. All these things can do so much better than what we have studied and we have worked so hard to do. So we have to pivot, and we have to find solutions using those tools with what we know and apply it and use it to be better off. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I think it can be really positive, but it's a question of, are you prepared to learn different skills? And I like to try to learn something different every 3 months, because it's very easy to get into life of just like doing the same old thing again and again. You know, you wake up, scrub your teeth, look at your phone, make your breakfast, go to work, and these patterns, we're creatures of habit. But I like to every 3 months go, what have I learned in the last 3 months? And for me, it's always been, in the last 5 or 6 years, it's been doing research on human biology and health and how to improve my own biomarkers and heal myself from my own diseases. That's for me personally, and it's also to better myself. My YouTube channel and my business has gone right down low because my focus has actually been on that. Now my focus is on creating music again and also creating content, which will come back up. But I am going to use AI in a way that enhances it but doesn't take over it. I'm going to use AI for mastering my final stuff. None of my songs will be written with a prompt through AI. None of them. I will be playing the instruments myself. I'll be singing myself, but AI will be mastering everything, bringing it to its peak performance. And that there is where, whether you're a writer, you're a painter, you're a photographer, you're in any sort of art, you're a writer, if you're writing a book, you can use AI to correct your mistakes and guide you a little bit. I think it's only right that we do this, because if we don't, the people we're competing against have an edge on us and we're not competing in the marketplace if that's our job. I also think that we should enjoy it, and as creators we should enjoy using these technologies rather than fight against them. At first, when my mate sent me that song, I was gutted. Now I'm starting to think, actually, you know what? I can work with this. This is the future. It's here to stay. It's not going away. It's just going to get bigger. Let's ride the wave. It's just a game anyway. All of this life is just a game. Don't hate the game. Learn to play the game, and that way you're staying afloat. Otherwise, you get left behind. A lot of older people, as they get older, get left behind with technology. And my mum, she was a classic. I'm not getting a cell phone. She never got a cell phone. I bought her one. She never used it. Never used a computer, and then she got left behind. And I think as we get older, it's really important to stay up with technology as well. For you younger guys that are just starting off, I would say make sure that you embrace the things in yourself that you're really truly passionate about, even if it doesn't look like they're going to make any money, because the most important thing, the most sustainable thing, is doing something that you love every day that adds value to your community, adds value to the world around you, but it's something that you want to do. I know we all have jobs we don't like doing, we have to do, whether you're driving or whether you're building. There's always aspects. My job is sitting, which I hate. It's part of, we've all got parts of our jobs we hate doing, but find it in an area that you are passionate about. Find out what it is, the sap that runs through your tree, your quickening, the thing that really invigorates you to get up in the morning and do it, and then the money will follow. And then use AI to complement that, whatever it is. And that could be sport. You could be measuring your biometrics using AI. Could be you might be a doctor and you might be using that to get the best knowledge. AI is here to stay, and for 2026, my advice to all of my brothers and the occasional sister is to educate yourself and get power, and start off with maybe just one app at a time. Don't try, maybe just Chat GPT or Grok or Perplexity. Just use one and start using it, and then add things to it so you build up your knowledge slowly. And good luck with it, because there is a place for it. Right, on that note, I'm going to get back in the studio and make another song. I've got 2 more to do and this album's finished. Go steady, and I'll see you in the next Brocheck Club video. Hopefully I'm not going to be stuck in the studio too much longer. Okay, see you later.